It's the last day of my trip. I'm here in Budapest, just a few hours away from getting on a plane and going back to San Francisco. Iulia, she works for me.
Yes.
As of right now, she's my girlfriend, but I don't know if she's going to want to do that for much longer.
I want that.
She's confused.
I'm young.
We want this to work, but this thing is way too bright. This started out as a trip to visit my girlfriend Iulia in Romania. That's where she's from, that's where she lives.
Romania! Okay, but you want...
With every trip that I go on, no matter what it's for, if it's to visit someone or to pretty much anything, I try to make it a personal growth exercise or a personal growth process. I started traveling outside of the country when I was 17. I went to Switzerland and some other European countries for the first time by myself. And that was such a life-changing process, for lack of a better word. I really grew on that trip, and so every trip since that I take, even if it's a small one, and even if it's not to a foreign country, I try to incorporate personal growth into it. It gets me out of the usual constructs and the usual patterns of my life. And that can be anything from my normal routines that I live through every single day, but also the physical constructs of my home, where everything is at. When I get out of that,
here you can see life mastery happening.
It shifts your perspective, especially shifts your perspective of yourself, because you're not used to bouncing off the normal patterns, habits, routines.
No, it's the other way around. Nice, I like this. Welcome.
Thank you.
You should stop the camera.
And you're hearing a different language, and you're seeing different people who you don't know, and you're getting their perspectives, which are different, and they're bouncing off of you. You can't not be affected by that, and I actually live for that. I love that. It can be a little uncomfortable, and the reason why a lot of us get into routines is because we enjoy that comfort, but it also becomes rigid, it also becomes boring, and if we're not growing, then suffering can result from that. So I like getting out of my comfort zone because of that.
That's a church. What's your impression so far about Oradea? Tell us a phrase.
Feels like I'm back in Europe. A little different than Western Europe, but also very similar. We're in a salt mine.
Yes. Can you feel it in the air?
Yeah, I do feel it in my eyes a little bit. It's like something from Superman.
1857. Because they make this. Can you see? I can touch the.
Science fiction.
Be careful with the steps.
It's almost It's like
yeah.
That's water down there. Wonka in the salt factory.
like he's struggling, but I'm sure he's doing well. David, what can you tell us so far about Romania?
It's a really strange place
Why would you say it's strange?
because it's different from where I'm from.
What's so different?
And going through a road trip across Romania and having to drive in a foreign country and drive a stick shift, which I can do, but I just don't do very often. It was tense at times, it was stressful at times, but I'm glad I did it. It was overall fun. Iulia is coming home to her great-great-great-great-grandfather's house, Vlad
Yes.
Dracul.
It's time to meet him because you want to be part of the family, so...
Yeah, he's still here. And of course, he's living the undead. So he's up in the castle and we gotta go meet him.
Yeah.
What do you think? Think we should go in?
Yes. You first.
Alright, let's do it. There's a lot of wind.
Yeah, I can hear it.
And somehow, this is maybe how they air conditioned this castle. Had ventilation. We're in the torture room, and we're about to go to another torture room.
Wish me luck.
It was our last night here in Budapest. After traveling across Romania to Bucharest, we flew from Bucharest to Budapest and we spent a few days here, and it's a lovely city as well. Iulia asked me what was my favorite part of the trip. When a girlfriend asks you that, you have to be very careful about how you answer. And she knew that, so she gave me the disclaimer. She said, other than being with me, what was the highlight of this trip? The first thing that came to mind was a little town that we went to called Sighisoara. I know I'm saying that wrong, so I'm putting it right here for you to see what city it was and how it's spelled. That I wasn't expecting that little town to be so beautiful, and we didn't stay there long, which was unfortunate. We were sort of passing through, but Iulia wanted to take me there because she knew I would like it. She knows I like things that are historical. It turned out we were walking around and we stumbled upon the house where Vlad Dracula was born. I wasn't expecting that. Well, I had two favorite things that happened on this trip. The first one was, and this is not in descending order or ascending order, I cannot tell you which one was better than the other.
Hello there. So here we are in Cluj-Napoca. That's Kolozsvár in Hungarian and Klausenburg in...
Iulia has been a bit of a mystery to me. I met her last summer. She was walking down the street in downtown Santa Cruz. I thought she was very beautiful. I was also a little concerned because she looked very young, but I got over the excuses and I ran up to her and introduced myself, and that's how we met. And then we dated for the entire summer. She went back to Romania. Her visa ran out.
Thought we were in Hungary.
What? We are in Romania, okay? Cluj-Napoca is in Transylvania, in Romania.
And where's Dracula and Frankenstein?
Frankenstein is not around. Dracula, make sure it's right behind you. Be careful.
What?
Oh no, he disappeared. Sorry, you were too late. He was right behind you, but no, it's okay. Maybe we catch him.
There's a cross right there. He wouldn't come anywhere near here.
Where?
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's true. You're right. We will meet the vampire. I mean,
The reason why she was a mystery to me is not because she was hiding anything or I felt like she was lying to me. It's because she seemed a little too good to be true. She was always honest, always congruent, always showed up, always did whatever she said she was going to do. She was always happy, always optimistic. And she was just such a joy to be around.
that's what we are risking here. We are up for it.
I thought at some point she's going to tell me some deep, dark secret, and it's going to be terrible and it's going to wreck the relationship, or I'm going to wake up one morning and all of my stuff and all of my money is going to be gone, and so is she. But of course that never happened. And so I kept wondering, well, who is this woman? Why, she's just so amazing and she's really into me and it all seems to be working so well, even though despite the age difference. And I was a little bit concerned about meeting her family because I am 20 years older than her. I'm actually closer to her parents' age than I am to her age. And so I assumed, and I'm a father too, so I assumed that her parents would have some reservations about our relationship. They might be a bit skeptical of me. When I got to Romania, and I met her family, including her brother, suddenly it was like putting a puzzle piece into the puzzle and the picture was clear. Her family are some of the nicest people I've ever met. They were warm, they were accepting, they're just very, very loving. And I felt right at home right away when I was there. And it just made me realize, oh yeah, this is where she's from. She's from a very loving, nurturing family. And it just suddenly all made sense. There's still mystery about her, but that mystery is gone. I'm not apprehensive anymore. The second highlight of this trip was interviewing Alex Leon of the Natural Lifestyles. Now, when I did my training with the Natural Lifestyles, which is a dating company, they teach you how to approach women.
Hello.
This is where I do the editing.
Nice.
So, this is Adam, I'm an editor.
Hi, Damon.
Are you blocking?
Yeah. The editor, I'll put a big title. Yeah.
Procrastinate on
No,
YouTube, but
the best thing is you can like through this building. I just got really tired of working in James' bedroom. And like in the train and whatever. So at some point I was like, this has to stop and we need a proper place.
I had just gotten out of a marriage. I was 37 years old, facing being single and dating for the first time in several years. And it was a little scary. And I was decent at it. I wasn't so shy I couldn't talk to women. I was doing okay with dating, but I felt like I didn't have the choice that I wanted. I felt like I didn't have the abundance that I wanted in my dating life. I flew to Australia where they were doing this residential for a week, and it was life-changing. Broke through my shyness and was able to approach pretty much any woman, no matter how beautiful she was, without being nervous about it, and being able to hold on a conversation and take the best of me and put that out there. This wasn't about personal development. This was about growth. This was about knowing how to present my true self in the best way possible. And that was the beginning of a journey.
And he's like, no, this is really, my friends, this is really happening. She was just like, bye.
In a way, it is the only thing, because if you think about it, focusing on any other thing is kind of risky. If you don't have the skills to basically be able to go for what you want, to seduce people, and seduce people, I don't mean manipulate, I mean like go through life in a manner that gets you what you want or gets you further ahead, or get into the habit of pushing your comfort zone constantly. For me, it's not even like how important it is, like what else is there? Like that's the only thing. Like I cannot even imagine a life for me anymore where this is not my status quo. You know what I mean? Like what else would I be doing?
Iulia is there too, and I'm realizing that this has been a journey that has led up to this point. And it wasn't an easy journey because I had to break through a lot of barriers to overcome those social constructs that keep us from asking people for what we want or approaching people. I also went through a process of meeting a lot of women and dating a lot of women and finding out what I wanted in a woman and what I didn't want in a woman, being able to recognize signs of in relationships that were not going to work for me. So out of dating a lot, it helped me understand all of this. So 3 years of that journey passes, and I'm suddenly here in Budapest at the Natural Lifestyles headquarters, interviewing one of their coaches with my girlfriend there, and realizing that all of this has led up to meeting her and having this relationship with her. And if I had not taken that training in Australia 3 years ago, I would have never approached her. She would have walked past me on the street, and I would have wanted to talk to her, but I wouldn't have done it. But I did, and that changed everything. Like I said, if I hadn't done that, I wouldn't have gone to Romania because I wouldn't have known her. I wouldn't be here in Budapest, and all these wonderful things would not have happened. So meeting Iulia's family, interviewing Alex, all of these realizations, that's what the highlight of this trip has been. There's so much realization and understanding. And that's what I love about travel, and it's truly priceless. I hear people say things like, travel's too expensive, or I'd like to go, but it's too expensive. It's not. When you think about what you miss out on, you think about the choices you make where you choose not to do something rather than to do something. How is that costing you in your life? You probably have no idea. It's better to make a mistake by choosing to do something rather than make the mistake of not doing something or fearing making mistakes so you don't do something. Do it anyway, and then make it right. Take those chances. You never know what they will lead to. And I can't imagine not having had the experiences over the past 3 years that I've had. I can't imagine not having the experiences with Iulia that I've had. And that came from getting out of my comfort zone, putting myself out there, taking chances, taking action.
Hello.
You ready to go home?
No, I don't have any idea. I just got this part.
Are you happy?
Yes.
So am I. Oh, they're watching.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Oh.
What should I say? We're still going.
Yes, we are. Are you coming back to California?
Yes, I am.
She's coming back to California.
Yes. California is the best. It's nice to work with him. It's fun, and it's been a wonderful trip. I've also had my own highlights. I will not share them right now. It's his vlog, so.
Hope you've enjoyed this, and if you have, maybe I'll do more vlogs if you want more of a peek into my personal life, if you find that helpful in mastering your own life. For me, traveling like this, meeting a beautiful woman and having an amazing relationship is part of mastering my life. That's what I want for myself. So let me help you master your life, and if I can be an example, a motivating example for you, maybe these vlogs will become more of a normal thing that I'll put out weekly or monthly. We'll have to see. It's a lot of work. Signing off from Budapest. Take care, everyone.
Bye.
I would say that this is the best Hungarian Mexican food that I've ever had. But of course it's the only Hungarian Mexican food I've ever had. It's actually really good. Kind of surprised, but she's laughing at me because I just had a holy shit moment. So I was over here to make it real. I was holding my camera and we're walking. I was holding her hand and I turned the corner and I was like, holy shit.
Wow. Look at that beauty.
Parliament.
And another one here. Yes, the House of Parliament. Damon,
Yes,
do you like Budapest so far?
I really do.
Will you come back?
Absolutely. I have to come back, right?
Definitely.
Or else why you keep moving away from me.
Don't come so close. Great. Thank you. That's all for now. Bye.